Hello and welcome back to the cookie jar. Today we're going to be doing the last recipe in the chocolate chip cookie murder. Now, as I said in my last video, some of these books have the candy cane murder in the back. It's a little half novel. It doesn't actually have like a murder or anything in it. I don't have that copy, but I do have copies of the recipes that I'll be using for the following videos. But for today, we are going to be doing the lovely lemon bar cookies, which are on this page, and this page. Now, it says to make the lovely lemon bar cookies, to preheat the oven to 350 degrees, rack in the middle position. You will need 2 cups of flour, no need to sift, 1 cup cold butter, 2 sticks, half a pound, half a cup of powdered sugar, no need to sift unless it's got big lumps. And then that part is for like the crust on the bottom of the bars. You'll also need 4 beaten eggs, just whip them up with a fork, 2 cups of white sugar, 8 tablespoons of lemon juice, half a cup, 1 teaspoon or so of zest, optional, zest is finely grated lemon peel, half a teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and 4 tablespoons of flour. That's a quarter of a cup, don't bother to sift. Now before we get into the how-to of the making of the bars, I have noticed that at least for the first 5 or so books, all of them end with bar cookies at a little celebration to celebrate the murderer being caught and put behind bars. I thought that was kind of clever. I'm kind of sad that they stopped doing it at some point along the way. Another little side, the lemon juice. Now, there are lots of different ways to go about this. You could get the bottle that they sell of concentrated lemon juice. You could get the like a fork and just cut a lemon in half and mush the fork around. You can get one of the electric ones. You can get one like the juicers. They also have ones that are just little. Like I have a little one in my kitchen that does 2 tablespoons. It's cute, but for this it'd be a little too much. So what I have is the attachment for my KitchenAid. It took like 3 lemons to get the half a cup. Super quick though. Okay. Now let's see. So the directions for this say that you're going to cut each stick of butter into 8 pieces. Zoop it up with the flour and the powdered sugar in a food processor until it looks like coarse cornmeal, just like the first step in making a pie crust. Spread it out in a greased 9 by 13 inch pan, that's a standard sheet cake pan, and pat it down with your hands. Bake at 350 degrees for 15 to 20 minutes or until golden around the edges. Remove from oven. Don't turn the oven off. Mix eggs with white sugar, add lemon juice and zest if you want to use it, add salt and baking powder and mix. Then add flour and mix thoroughly. This will be runny, it's supposed to be. Pour this mixture on top of the pan you just baked and stick it back into the oven. Bake at 350 degrees for another 30 to 35 minutes. Then remove from the oven and sprinkle on additional powdered sugar. Let cool thoroughly and cut into brownie-sized bars. And then the anecdote says, brought these to the pizza party following Mike Kingston's move. The day after Bill solved the double homicide case and got his promotion. I'm a good sister-in-law. I gave him every speck of the credit. So, that is the lovely lemon bar cookies. We will meet you in the kitchen and we'll get baking. We'll see you guys in a minute. Okay. So here we have everything that needs to go in the food processor. And then we have everything that needs to go into the filling right here. And the oven is preheated to 350. And then we have our 9 by 13 baking dish. I have already sprayed the inside. I like this one because it comes with this cover that you can put on your goodies when they're all done. Okay, so my food processor also doubles as my blender. So I'm going to add the 8 pieces. Well, I guess technically it would be 16 because there's 2 sticks of butter into there. And we're going to add the flour and the powdered sugar. Oy. So this will be like the base crust for the bars. Okay. So now it says it should look like cornmeal. So I am just going to kind of push down the sides. Actually, I don't know, but this is actually one of my worst. I am not good at crusts. I'm really not. I think that's actually good. I think. Not sure. It just looks like flour to me. I don't know. Maybe I did something wrong. I doubt it, but. Okay, so I'm just gonna push this down into the thing like it says. This is what I have, but I don't know. Maybe it's not. I think or maybe. It seems like there's chunks in there, but the second you touch them, they disintegrate. So I'm not sure if this is right or not, but just kind of push all this stuff out of the way. Come on. Ching. I don't know, guys. This seems very dry for something that's supposed to be like a crust. I know in my head there's a cup of butter in this because I put it in the blender, but it's feeling like sand. So, oh, I don't know. I guess we'll see. Now watch this be like the most amazing thing I've ever ate. Okay. So it just says to pat it down, and then we bake it for 15 minutes to 20 minutes or until golden around the edges. So this is what we ended up with. And we're just gonna pop it in for, I guess, 15 to 20 minutes, and then we'll see what we end up with. Okay, so I just pulled this out of the oven. You can see just about the edges, it's golden, which is what it says to look for. Mine actually took 20 minutes, not the 15. Remember, don't turn your oven off yet. So while this cools a little, I guess, we are going to mix the eggs with the white sugar. So here are my 4 eggs, lightly mixed, and our 2 cups of sugar. So I don't know what we're actually looking for. I know when you cream, butter, and sugar, you're looking for it to be light and fluffy. This isn't quite the same, but I'm gonna go with what we're at because that's what we're at. Next thing we're gonna do is add the lemon juice. Freshly squeezed this morning. And mix that in. And then we add the salt and the baking powder. Oh, and the zest. Don't want to forget the zest. 1 teaspoon of that. And then it says to add the flour. And mix thoroughly. So I don't see any more pockets of flour. I am seeing a couple pockets of baking soda though. So I might take a whisk to this to try to incorporate that a little bit better. Yeah, I think I'm gonna whisk this a little just to try to get those pockets of baking powder more blended in. This is starting to remind me of a curd. And, oh, usually you do curds on the top of the stove, or you have some way of mixing hot and cold and then mixing it back in so that the eggs don't cook. That does concern me a little bit because I don't want scrambled egg lemon tarts bars. Okay, that seems a little better mixed. So it just says to pour this on top of the crust. So just gonna move some things around real quick. Scoochie scoochies. Don't want to burn my fingers. That would hurt a lot. Okay. So now I know there's baking powder in this, so it should rise, but it is seeming like a lot of crust to filling ratio. So that has me concerned as well. Now, I'll be honest, the cookie recipes in this book and some of the treat recipes in this book seem like they come out better. I should say series. They seem like they come out better than others. This one, to me, seems like it's starting to have a little concerning issues. So, I don't know. I'm worried. But hopefully it comes out all right. So it says to stick this back in the oven for 30 to 35 minutes. Here's the pan. I don't know, it's trying to see on the side what I'm talking about the crust to filling ratio. Seems a little bit off to me. I'm just gonna pop this in the oven for 30 to 35 minutes. And then it says remove it from the oven and sprinkle with additional powdered sugar. And then once they're cooled off, you can cut them into brownie-sized pieces. So let's get that done. So I just pulled this out of the oven. And y'all, it looks like scrambled eggs. It looks like scrambled eggs. Oh my gosh. It had the 30 minutes. So the smallest time it said, and it looks like scrambled eggs. I am so worried that this is going to taste terrible. But now we just need to put on some powdered sugar and let it cool. I have a little sifter. It doesn't actually say how much. It just says sprinkle on additional powdered sugar. So I put it in a little sifter. And I'm just going to knock the sides and cover the top. It's a little messy, but I feel most of this is just going to melt in, so I don't think it's going to matter. This sort of reminds me of what here in the South they call chess bars. So I wonder if it's supposed to be like a cross between a chess bar and a lemon tart. But I don't know, because these books are based in Minnesota, which is way up north. So, I don't know. But we're going to let it cool down. And then we'll cut it into squares. I'll try one for you. And I cross my fingers. It does not taste like scrambled eggs. Oh my gosh. We'll see y'all in a little while. Bye. Here are the bars. They are all cooled off. Now we're just going to cut them out and try one. So here is the corner piece. Okay. Anybody out there want to cross their fingers that does not taste like scrambled eggs? Now would be the time to do it. Okay, here goes. Get a piece of it. I can't get it on my fork. It doesn't taste like scrambled eggs. It's very lemony, but not like punch in the face lemony tart. It's not very sweet, even though it's got the powdered sugar on top. And the crust, the bottom, it doesn't really add much other than, you know, something to hold it. It adds a soft, crisp. I'm trying to think of what to compare it to. It's almost like a very delicate cookie. Overall, thank gosh, all you crossing your fingers who's watching this, it came out really good. It's tasty, which I am surprised by because I had so many questions while making it. So I'm glad it came out tasting good. It's really good. It's one of those stick in the back of your taste buds. I like that. So I hope you guys try it. It is a little concerning when you're making it if you don't have much experience with bars, but it came out really good. I think it came out really good. I like the taste of it. Yeah. Okay. So next week we will be starting the Candy for Christmas book. And it starts with the brown sugar drops. So that's what we'll be making next time. Can't wait for y'all to join us. See you then.